in the arena of gambling, yun yung isa kong nakikitang problema natin ngayon. Because that time was the time of Duterte. Now, I know some people may mga support si Duterte na sabi, ba't ko daw ginagawa to about Duterte? I'm not making it about Duterte. I'm just saying that all of the gambling did happen during the time of Duterte. Pogos.
Pandemic din yun. Kaya
everyone was inside the house.
No, because before the pandemic, the problems were happening 2020, 2021. The reasoning was always money. Nagge-generate daw ng malaking pera daw para sa gobyerno. Yung argument na yun, nagbinigay ni Duterte na kaya ayaw niya iba ng Pogo, kahit na ang daming social ills ay dahil daw sa pera, marami daw kinikita ng gobyerno.
And kailangan natin at the time.
Kailangan daw natin. Daw. Hindi natin kailangan yun. And that's
exactly.
actually so easy to debunk. Pero yun ang reasoning. Ang tanong ko sa inyo, ngayon kasi pinag-uusapan na sa Senate at binabanggit na ng mga ilang senador tulad ni Senator Zubiri na gusto na daw niyang ipaban ang online gambling or what they call online gaming. So what's your take on this, guys?
To be honest, I can't believe that it took us this long to talk about that problem. Kasi let's be perfectly clear, ladies and gentlemen, gambling ruins lives and families. I want to come from a moral standpoint. Siguro, I think the law and legal standpoint is very precise. Pero from a moral standpoint, if you look at it, before you had to go to a casino to gamble. You had to commute, you had to drive going there. But now it's literally at the palm of your hands.
Yeah.
Which, yung implication nun, ibig sabihin, even the common folk, minimum wage earner, tricycle driver, basta meron silang cellphone, meron silang access sa pagsusugal. So, not only is it anti-poor, it actively targets poor people if you think about it. Kasi, ang nakakalungkot dyan, dahil nga sa kakulangan ng kaalaman, they think, kala ninyo mananalo kayo sa sugal. Hindi. There's absolutely no winning in gambling. The house always wins.
I'd rather be the casino.
I'd rather be the casino as well. Pero yung nakakalungkot na part dyan is that you would actually see where the government's priorities lie. Na at least ngayon, sige, bigyan natin sa kanila na binibring up nila yung conversation. But why did it take this long? Para makita natin na siguro to shift down a little bit, I interned for a rehab facility. And one of the worst stories that I heard were not from alcoholics, were not from narcotics, narco addicts, but from gambling addicts. Some of them did not want to go out of rehabs because they were drowned with 12 million in debt.
Oh my God.
Pag tapos na yung treatment nila and ayaw nilang lumabas, kuya. Kasi paglabas nila, it's either, alam na natin yun.
Oh, wow.
Para mabayaran nila yun, magagambling sila ulit para bayaran naman yung malaking utang.
Or, papatayin sila. Papatayin sila.
So, okay. Ikaw, Mark, tingin mo, why did it take this long at tingin mo ba seryoso yung gobyerno na tatanggalin tong online gambling?
Yeah, definitely, I think some form of regulation mangyayari. Kasi sumobra na yung effect. Nakikita naman yung mga lumalabas sa Tulfo, mga lumalabas sa yung isang effect nun bukod doon sa naghihirap pa yung mga mahihirap na yung crime Tumataas din yung crime dahil pag wala na silang pambaya, doon na sila mag-resort sa pagnanakaw,
panguutang,
and yung iba, in worst cases, di ba, they would steal and break in sila sa mga bahay just to get money to pay off their debts. So definitely, I think magkakaroon ng regulation dyan.
Yan yung iba, minamalas din sila. Yung mga inutangan nila, masasamang tao din pala. Pag di sila nakabayad, another implication na krimen na naman yung mangyayari.
So one of the problems I think is or the dilemma is you're saying ban online gambling. What about live gambling, casinos? Tingin nyo?
Ako para sa akin, it's a lot better to just ban online gambling and then regulate live gambling. Kasi people or the audience, I would say, or the demographic that goes to casinos are much more filtered than, kasi cellphone lahat tayo meron yan Sino bang walang cellphone ngayon? Ultimo nangangalakal, kaya niya makabili ng touchscreen na cellphone, makakapagsugal yan. Pero yung bang nangangalakal, kaya I don't wanna sound like classist or anything, pero in reality, yung mga nangangalakal o yung mga nasa laylayan talaga, hindi naman sila makakapasok basta-basta sa casino kasi Para makapagsugal ka, may show money. Kailangan mong maglabas ng pera muna. Alam nila yung dala mong pera. That's why I think banning online gaming is much better than like banning live gambling. Kasi at least yon easily filtered yung makakapasok doon.
Ang ano ko dito, take ko lang ay you're talking about accessibility kasi, di ba? You just want to minimize the access. Pero kung tinignan mo kasi even without the government regulating online gambling, may problema tayo ngayon with gambling na hindi regulated. Weteng. Weteng targets the poor. Pero ang sinasabi mo nga is you want to restrict the access to the poor. Is that what you're saying?
Not essentially. I think para sa akin, if we're solely talking about online gambling or online gaming, yun yung, generally speaking, lahat tayo merong kakayahan mag-access. Kesyo mayaman ka, kesyo mahirap ka, doon meron tayo lahat access doon. What I'm saying is, if they're gonna ban something immediately, that's what they should be banning. Kasi doon talaga
malaking damage.
Doon lumaga, not only from a financial standpoint, from poor people, rich people, middle class people, but also from like a moral standpoint as well.
Okay.
You can see it everywhere. You drive along the roads of EDSA, you see gambling being promoted. You watch YouTube, manonood nga ako ng podcast mo, yung ads.
Gambling ba yung ads?
May ads na ganun, di ba? Tapos, manonood ka ng videos on TikTok, mayat maya, scroll mo. Yung ganun. Kasi online, everyone is on the internet.
Yeah.
Everyone is there. It's present. So, I don't think we can do much sa live, sa harap-harapang pagsusugal. Pero I think we can definitely do something on online gambling.
Sa wetting na wala namang nababaon ng utang sa kakawetting. Puro maliitan lang. Yan, unlike dun sa phone and sa ang lalaki talaga nung nawawala. Pero ang isa pang problema nga is yung influence ng mga gambling lords sa politika eh.
Yes.
Medyo malaki din eh. So isang challenge din yun na
hinaharap ng mga
naharap na para mag-regulation diyan sa industry na yan. Pero I think kita naman kasi sa nangyayari ngayon, magkakaroon talaga ng regulation diyan sa online.
Pero sa akin, at least ngayon, yun na nga, like, and several people have said it, and I think binanggit mo din yan before sa video mo na dapat talaga palitan na ng gobyerno yung pangalan from gaming to gambling.
Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, yung, diba, wag na yung...
Kasi we're trying to whitewash something
parang lahat gaming. So when I'm playing Ragnarok or I don't know what the games are now, tapos when I'm nagsusugal ako sa casino, they're both gaming? No, guys, come on. Call it gambling. Ito gambling, ito gaming.
What I don't like about it is we're whitewashing something that should be considered very damaging. Okay, sige. Ang madalas na reasoning ng mga tao, nasa tao pa rin naman yan. Kung ma-addict ka, personal choice mo yan. But if you're surrounded by a community that's where gambling is accepted, it is accepted. It has become a social norm. Kahit sinong, paano ba to? Kahit saan ka pumunta, one way or another, 2 out of 10 people, they play sugal.
Right.
Di ba? So let's call it what it is. I think that's one good way to regulate it by calling it what it is. Kasi that sets the narrative straight na, okay, I play Mobile Legends, that's gaming. I play this, that's gambling. That's
okay.
important, di ba?
And what about yung mga influencers na nagpo-promote ng gaming? I mean, they get gambling. They get paid a lot. I mean, do you blame them? Or how do you paano natin re-reconcile yan?
Ako, sa totoo lang, I have very strong opinions about people promoting gambling. Kasi
maraming artista nagpo-promote ng gambling and malaki na nga kinikita nila tapos pumapayag pa sila dito.
Yun nga, kuya. Kasi para sa akin, at least man lang, understand that one way or another, meron kang pamilya na ako, for example, I don't have much followers. Kahit pa, meron ako mailan. Pero kung mag-promote ako ng gambling, makakuha ako ng isang maglalaro. Yung isang naglaro na yon, nalulong. That's on me.
Yeah.
You can't say na personal choice mo yan. Na ikaw yung nagpalulong dyan, nag-promote lang. No, that's on you. You with great power comes great responsibility. Power influences power. So one way or the other, you shape their mind into thinking that it's okay. You promoted it, they played it, they did wrong financial decisions. I'm saying that's on us. Diba? That's on us content creators na we should set the standard or the bar a little bit higher. when it comes to accepting promotions like this.
Okay.
Diba?
So, sa mga artista at mga influencers dyan na kumita ng malaki, mga milyon-milyon.
Ayun, paldo kayo, tapos yung mga, paldong-paldo kayo, tapos yung mga...
Yung mga natalo, balik niyo yung pera nila. Yun na lang ang magagawa niyo. Hindi naman yung kailangan ng extra money, di ba? Hindi na nila kailangan. Mayaman naman yung mga iba dyan. Malaki na kumikita. Bakit pa?
I saw this comment once on my TikTok. Sabi niya, hindi kasi kapag tumanggi sila dyan, baka mawalan sila ng ibang project. Do you really need more projects?
Actually, when you accept a gambling site, mawawalan ka nung mga ibang projects.
Yeah.
Pag tinanggap mo yun.
Kasi nga malaki yung bayad.
Hindi lang yun kasi pag nakita ng isang...
Image.
Yeah.
They're particular about that.
What I mean about that is, kaya nga willing nilang i-take yung gambling and ignore everything else. Kasi nga malaki yung bayad.
Na parang okay na kahit mawala na
Okay
yung
lang
iba.
kahit mawala na yan lahat. That speaks about how high they pay.
Right. Okay.
Marami kasing ako yun yung field ko talaga. Mga barkada ko din yung karamihan sa nagpo-promote ng ano. Ano kasi, minsan pag mahina na yung YouTube nila, pag mahina na yung... Kasi may life cycle kasi yung isang influencer.
Pag na-end stage na sila.
Oo nasa ano na sila Kumbaga tapos na yung kasikatan nila. Pero may followers pa rin sila. So doon sila napupunta, which doesn't justify it, di ba? Kasi yun nga, dahil marami pa rin buhay ang ano. Pero yun yung nakikita ko na dahil gano'n. Pero ang nakikita ko dyan, parang sa sa smoking di ba? Nagkaroon ng regulation yung government na hindi ka pwedeng mag-promote ng ganito, hindi ka pwedeng So siguro ganun din eventually yung
May tanong ako, Sir Mark.
magandang ilagay.
How do you, I want to know how you process. Kasi ako din, marami akong kaibigan from the industry na may promotion sila ng ganun. And honestly, I've been telling them off personally kasi sabi ko, tol, binigyan ka ng platform ng Panginoon. Sana naman ingatan mo, gamitin mo sa tama. Pero I don't really know how to navigate my emotions about it. How do you feel about it with your friends?
Paano nga ba?
I don't wanna put you on the spot, obviously.
Iniisip ko lang. Ako nag-promote ako ng very short time lang nung simula nung online sabog. Nung pandemic.
Yeah.
So, na-try ko din na ganun. Pero yun nga, nung lumabas na yung mga storya nung mga nasisirang buhay, nababaon sa utang. So, syempre medyo nakonsensya din ako. Pero yung laki kasi ng pera Siguro parang binablock off na lang nila yung mga negative na nangyayari. Sabi nila, sinabi ko naman, responsible naman, be responsible na Kumbaga, nag-ano naman ako na they're reminding naman their audience na to be responsible in gaming. Pero yun nga, it doesn't excuse So it's a talaga morally questionable area talaga na na issue. Pero yun nga, kasi yung laki talaga ng pera
Yeah, totoo yun.
I think I was offered twice now. The offer was at least around 200,000 for one video.
Wow, just for a video,
For a video, 200,000. Tapos sabi ko, 200,000, ilang gatas na ng anak ko yun.
Oo.
And that would set me up for like a year worth of milk supply. Pero naniniwala kasi ako, kaya naman mag-provide ng pinaniniwalaan kong Panginoon sa mas mabuting paraan Diba? Kesa, it's an active choice. As a content creator, ikaw kuya, di ba, nanggaling ka din doon. Parang, it's an active choice for you to put your foot there. Na, okay, I am accepting this money. I'm gonna promote something that's morally questionable. Regardless of the implications, I'm out.
So alam mo sa akin, bottom line.
Sabi sa'yo, I feel strongly about this.
When it comes to money, sa akin ganito yan Pag tumanggap ka ng pera na parang shortcut, it's a shortcut to make the money. You will lose in all incentives, motivation to earn the money the right way. And when that happens, compromise ka na talaga. Doon nag-umpisa yun corruption, everything. So, kaya umaasa ako dito na sana makinig si BBM doon sa call ni sa press ko na ginawa ni Senator Zubiri na iban ng online gambling. At kung ipapangalan mo na nga, call it gambling na wag na gaming. Para lang wala nang malilito kung ano ba to
Call it what it is.
Pero gusto nga niya pa ban pati daw yung mga bingo. Hindi ko, I don't know.
Napakalaking din. Napakalaking industriya din yung mga mobile na bingo na
yung online.
Tinamaan nga yung mga yung mga local na na bingo sites ng mga mobile.
Okay. So, and plus kasi ang problema kasi ngayon is with regards to gambling is for example, legalized gambling is PCSO. Right? With the lotto, yung mga ganon. Pero ang daming kalokohan na nangyayari din sa PCSO. Lahat ng mga kalokohan, I don't know if you guys are aware of yung mga BS na nangyayari doon. Yung mga nananalo, mga random na biglang suddenly may nananalo every 2 weeks ng eksaktong 450,000. Every 2 weeks may gano'n. In-investigate na ito ni Raffy Tulfo before. And ako, ay nako, dami akong issue dito. Pero maybe I'll talk about it in another episode na lang para full disclosure on all of what's happening in PCSO. Pero sa ngayon, yun lang sabihin ko na I really hope na matanggal na to. And I hope marinig ni BBM yung call ni Senator Zubiri dito. At maraming senators na are calling for this na. It's just that I heard him say it kanina on his press con.